I was just watching it.
Oh shit, you heard that? All right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. But anyways, let me tell y'all audience why we're so late. You can't work with niggas for shit. Let me tell you one thing. The Rose con Pollo, well, Rose con Pollo, what the fuck am I talking about? A Rose con Fried Chicken podcast, that's what we're called. And we're really living up to this shit. I'm gonna tell you why. We were supposed to start recording at 8:30. What time is it now, y'all?
It's 10.
It's 10.
It's
It's
actually 10.
10:08. See? Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck my
it's eight
God.
o'clock. It's eight
See,
o'clock.
we're definitely running on minority people time. I swear to God.
Yeah, true that. We
But
definitely are.
anyways, welcome everybody, listeners, viewers, wherever you're listening to, whether it's YouTube or SoundCloud or Spotify, hopefully one day, Apple Music. This is the Arroz con Fried Chicken podcast. I'm your host, Tone, and these are my beautiful co-hosts and also hosts, LA,
Yo,
right?
yo, 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 yo.
And Omar, whatever he wants to be called.
Yeah, either or is good. Oh,
I'm I'm the best. What are you talking about? So basically, what this podcast will be about is about everything. This is something like you've never heard before, right? Now, there's a lot of podcasts about games in the pantheon of podcast universe, right? But there's no gaming podcast done by some real niggas, right? So we have three real niggas from the East Coast. I'm from Yonkers, New York. Omar's from somewhere in Dirty South. Where you from?
I I am from a small town called Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
Perth Amboy.
I'm actually an hour, like about an hour from you, from Yonkers.
Oh shit! All right, so that means if you ever say some shit, then we gotta get it cracking. You already
Yeah,
know.
there you go.
But
I don't pay. I just don't pay tolls to fight nobody, bro.
all right, I got you. I'll pay all your tolls.
There you
But
go.
and Linda, LA is from DC, ain't that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to say it that way, but I actually live in Virginia. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all
So you
good.
live. So you live in. So all right. So let me get this straight. The only reason why you're on here right now on this podcast is I thought you was representing DC.
I
So
mean,
you're
I
not even from
represent it.
DC?
Nah,
I'm
nah, nah. Don't do
literally,
that to. Don't do that to DC, bro. Don't do
Oh,
that
this
to
I'm
motherfucker.
literally
Yo.
right there. I'm literally right there. I was born in D. Don't do that to me.
Ah, yeah, you're right. My bad. My bad. I'm gonna do that to you a lot during this podcast. No homo. But
It's all good. You can get dunked on.
oh shit. All right, I got you. I got you. But anyways, so right now, what we're gonna get into, it's the new year, right? What's today's date? January
Today,
3rd, right?
third. Yes.
So it's January 3rd. What we're gonna get into is I want to hear about everyone's new year because I'm sure y'all did some very interesting, boring things. Let me hear about that.
Nah, man. I did family
What you
stuff
do?
with the girlfriend.
You did family stuff with the girlfriend. Is she a wife? Like, what's going on?
The girlfriend, she moved in. We're on the road to that
Oh,
process.
for real? Oh,
On the
what's
process
like?
to all that.
So did you buy your cubic zirconia ring yet?
Nah, 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 nah.
Nah,
She
not yet.
wanted
All right.
she said this was the thing. She said she wanted before she moved in, she said she wanted a whole washer and dryer in the kitchen.
You
So I
dead
said, fuck
ass?
it. Yeah, that's what
So,
she said. I want to wash and dry in the kitchen when I move in. I was like, all right, cool, no worries.
all right, that makes
Boom,
sense.
got
Now
it
she
done.
got you wash. Yeah, that's right. Now she got you washing all the dishes. That's what I'm talking
Nah, I mean that was
about.
it's we got like a 30-70 thing where
Uh
I
huh.
wash them 30% of the time. She washes them
Okay.
70% of the time. But
All
the
right, I
deal
got you.
was the deal wasn't she opted out of the dishwasher. She had to do it 100% of the time, and I'm kind of folding. I ain't gonna lie.
Ah man, you had to fold
I
during
had to
the
fold.
podcast hours. This
I
fucking
had
guy.
to fold. I had to
Nah,
fold.
so
So
Back to the
you
she
also
was
fold the
feeling
clothes too?
busy. Nah. Oh, you know what I do? I fold my
What you do?
shirts because I bought a what's it called? I bought a folding board.
Hey,
A
those are
folding
actually
board.
real
What the fuck is a
practical.
folding board? Isn't that like an
You
ironing
ever?
board? What are you talking about?
Nah. You ever been to a department store and you see how the shirts are all nicely folded, all
I've
square
ne-
and shit?
I've never been to a department store in my life. Ever.
No.
Okay, so you never been to a clothing store?
Nah, I don't buy clothes.
Okay, so you just walk around naked. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
that's how everyone does in Yonkers. You ain't never
Well,
been here before?
I mean, I've driven through, man, but
Yeah, you don't want to
you know,
stop over here. It's rough.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
rough
yeah.
life.
I figured that.
Nah,
But
but
yeah, that's what I bought. I bought one of those folding boards that make the shirt square.
all right, I
That's
got you. That's dope. Yeah, can I borrow that one day?
it's like $12 on Amazon, bro.
Yeah, I'm broke. That's why we're doing. That's why we're here. I thought that's why we're all here.
Yo, listen, man. Once I get that first check from the advertisement, I got you. I'll buy you a folding board.
You're gonna buy me a folding board. Thanks, I appreciate you.
Hey, let's chip in together. I'll go half on it.
You'll go half on the folding board.
You know, you can hold me to that.
Yeah, I got.
LA, what you do? What you do for New Year's?
Man, I went to a house party with my good homie. I actually met this cat through another chat that I'm in, and he moved to Virginia, and so I've been trying to link him with people. So I took him to a house party with me. He's supposed to be linking with this shorty, blah 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 blah. Long story short, we got lit, went home. I don't like to give no details, but it was fun. We had a good time.
Wait. Hold on.
He went home with his man, caught some vibes. That's what he did.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what it sounded like.
You went home with your man.
Caught the vibes.
I ain't go home with my man, but you know.
Okay, and if you did, it's okay because it's 2019, and that's what you. We can't judge
you. Already know.
We're not even gonna judge. We're not even gonna judge.
Yeah, maybe on the 15th. Even 15th, not the New Year.
Only first and the 15th.
First of the month.
Yeah, maybe on the 15th.
Okay.
So let me tell you what I did, because apparently I had a way more interesting time than you guys. You over here folding. You over here folding for your mans. Probably. I don't know what's going on. Child motherfucker. But
and that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
That's perfectly fine.
You're still here. There's still a place.
Video and then y'all let me know how fine it is.
Nah, I'm good. I think I'll
pass.
Okay. That's a hard pass for me, buddy.
I actually send it to my email, telemarketernudes@gmail.
Okay. Okay.
I got you. So, anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by my co-host, what I did is I actually went to Astoria. Y'all know where Astoria is, right?
Hey, bro, this better be the best story ever. Yeah,
this is an amazing story. All right, so I'm chilling with all my high school friends, right, in Astoria, Queens, and we're just, just chilling and taking mad shots and shit. I didn't even know. All right, check it. I was drinking. I don't even know what I drank. I think it was like gin. Yeah, I had 2 gin and tonics that my boy, we'll call him P. Mexican P, that my boy Mexican P made, right? And he makes the craziest gin and tonics. Now, when I tell you that he makes the craziest gin and tonics, that means that it's nothing but gin and damn near no tonic. So I'm just drinking that shit, right? And then his girl apparently made mad Jello shots. So I took a Jello shot, right? Y'all know how Jello shots work, right?
Sure.
I didn't, right? Because I thought it was like a regular shot. So I took it. I took maybe 1 or 2, and I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling this or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
So like 5 more?
Exactly. My friends, right, they were like, oh, why don't you just take the whole thing? And there was like 10 there, right? I didn't take 10.
Wow.
I didn't take 10, right? But I took like mad of them. I took like 7, right?
You accepted the challenge.
I definitely accepted the challenge. Let me tell you. Not even, right? So I'm just sitting there. And they started passing around the vaporizer with some bud in it and everything. And I remember when I was driving there. Yeah, I remember when I was driving there. I was like, they had a song on, right? Like my Spotify started playing this song called "Pussy Money Weed" by A$AP Rocky, right? And I'm like,
Pussy Money Weed.
Yes, I love that song. So I'm like, yes, I need to smoke tonight. And I didn't even tell nobody that I was going to smoke tonight, like that I wanted to smoke tonight, right? So apparently, like it came through, like the bud gods were like, "We're going to bless you with some bud tonight," right? So he passed it around. I took like 1 or 2 puffs. I was like high as fuck, right? And then the ball dropped, and then they started playing like My Chemical Romance, and they know I love My Chemical Romance. I'm like one of these, like I'm the whitest black guy that you'll ever find. Right.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah. Well, I did say. I just said. But long story short, I threw up in front of everybody. Yeah, I threw up in front of everybody. Right, because apparently those Jello shots started hitting at that same exact moment. Right, like it started. Apparently, apparently it like dissolves in your stomach, of course, right? That's how
Yeah.
things work. That's how things work, right? But they all dissolved at the same time, and then the bud hit, and then I was like, yo, and that's the first time I smoked in like 3-4 years, right? And I'm
Oh, that
like,
explains it now.
yeah, that explains it, right? And I'm like, I'm
Yes.
never doing this shit again. This shit is trash. So I had to sleep. I had to sleep at his house on his couch, basically. Yeah,
you talking about
that's
me?
how I brought in my new year. Yeah, but he has a girl.
That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing.
He slept in the room with his girl. I slept on the couch by myself. I was lonely.
Yeah,
I
let
didn't
you
have
tell
nobody.
it. Let you tell it. You took all them Jello shots. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn,
I
that's
actually have no idea what happened.
that's rough. No, well,
Call the
that
cops.
was cool. That's you still had a good. Did you have a good time nonetheless?
I had a good time. It was white boy fun because it was nothing but white boys. So no gay shit though. All right, just making sure. But all right, so moving along. I'm glad that we all had our, we brought in our 2019 on a good note, right? So apparently, I wanted to bring this up to you guys. I didn't have this on the docket, but I just read this on like YouTube or like Yahoo or whatever the fuck, CNN or something, right? Apparently, like Trump, he's throwing a fit, right? I don't know if you guys heard about this. He's throwing a fit. Mexico's not paying for the wall, so he shut down the government, which means nobody's getting their IRS checks, right? Nobody's getting their tax return until.
Oh, sorry, that's a thing.
whenever
We're
he
really
feels
not
like
getting it. That's a thing. We're
That's the
really not
thing.
getting them because of that. I made a comment like that, just being sarcastic. I didn't even know that was really a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're shutting down the government, which means the IRS also shuts down, which means you're not getting your W-2s for your hard-earned money. So my question is, who do we blame for this? I blame the Mexicans because they should pay our shit.
Jesus,
Omar, that's your people's like.
Jesus.
Yo, Omar, go to the barrio.
Hey man,
like
listen.
tell Tio.
Mexico said the only thing they will pay for is Trump's mental health bill.
That's the only thing he's paying for.
That's the
But he's
only
not
thing
going for
Mexico
anything.
said they're paying for. As long if he promises to go seek mental health, Mexico will pay for that.
So, Landon, so LA, who you blaming?
I mean, I blame the people that voted him in.
Why?
Just because we wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be dealing with this nigga with his mental health issues. Yeah.
That's true.
At the very least, it raises awareness for mental health.
Yeah, like his supporters, like all of them are crazy. Like, come on.
That's absolutely true. But I'm gonna tell y'all the real. I blame the DNC, right? I'm gonna tell you why. If they never tampered with our process, right, with the whole democratic, whatever the fuck they did with Bernie and Hillary, right? I forgot what they called it.
Yeah,
They tampered with that shit. If they never tampered with that shit, then even like all the statisticians said that Bernie would beat Donald, but Donald would beat Hillary. And I guess the DNC was like, oh no, they're just vote for Hillary if we got her in, right? And we did it.
This country's just not ready.
Bernie wasn't. Bernie was not gonna win. Bernie was.
You don't
not
think Bernie would smoke Donald? What are you talking about?
You're absolutely right. No one's disagreeing with you on that.
Yeah, Bernie sounds cool, but
what I'm saying is that this country is not ready for Bernie.
But we didn't think this.
What Bernie wants to bring to the people. Country's not ready for that.
That's true, but we didn't think this country was ready for a black president until Barack Obama, right?
Yeah. But what did Obama do? Pretty much the same thing as every other president, with a few extra steps.
Listen, I don't know. You're bringing up topics that I don't know right now. You feel me? I don't have all the stuff. I can't Google this right now.
You don't got that.
But that's the thing. I'm also very cynical. So it's like no one could do good in my eyes when it comes to that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're right. So, anyways, first topic that we actually agreed upon. So, women acting like men acting like women in dating practices. What are our thoughts on that? I would like to ask one of you guys first to take the stage.
Yeah, give an example of what you mean for me.
All right. Well, since LA presented this topic, I'd like to hear what he means by it.
Basically, women moving like men. You know, they got two phones. They got hidden folders in their Androids. You know, they got all type of double life. You know, that type of thing.
I'm sure it's out there.
I mean, it's
definitely out there.
At the same time, you know, you got women for all these years or whatever, decades, centuries, whatever you want to say, being dogged out by men. And I figure they're fed up, I guess. But I just think at the same time, they've always been like this. It's just that now it's just more in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think women are made like us. So I don't think they should be acting like us. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't think we should be acting like them, vice versa. You know. So
That's true. I believe you, but I'll let O. What's up?
Oh, no, I'm more on the liberal side of things when it comes to that. She wants to try to be my equal. All right, cool. Let's be equal. Let's see how that work out for her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I'm not saying I don't agree with you guys, right? But I feel like there has to be dissension in this show, especially in the first episode. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Why can't women have two phones? Why can't women cheat? We cheat. We do all of that, right?
Listen. Go right ahead is what I'm saying. You know, go right ahead. Just, you know, if that's the case, that's what you're gonna do. Use discretion and protocol.
But why? Why do you have to use discretion? Why can't your girl LA or your girl Omar bring their side piece around all of her friends and then flaunt you the next day? Why can't, like, we've been doing it for how long, right? I mean, I say that shit's trash, but
no, we don't do that shit.
I don't know. Some niggas do that shit.
Some niggas stupid. See those?
You're right.
See, but those are dumb niggas that end up on fucking end up paying child support and fucking animals.
That's a fact. You can't scorn no woman. They'll definitely get you back with the shit.
You wanna be on that dickhead shit? All right, cool. Go ahead, Joe. God bless you. God fucking bless you.
Nah, you're absolutely right. You see, when I think about this topic, I don't think about it like in a not so. I'm not gonna say negative, but I feel like that's sort of like a radical. That's sort of like a very polar example. I'm like, when I think about an example like that or this topic, I'm thinking about just little shit like women taking care of men. Usually the men are supposed to be, you know, the strong ones and going out and doing this and everything like that.
You mean taking care of financially?
Financially, or just like anything, right? Just like anything. I mean, usually, go ahead.
Are you getting into the roles, gender roles, or what a woman supposed to, you know, or men, or what are we supposed to be, and what are we supposed to be doing? Like,
gender roles, or like, perfect example, Omar washing the dishes, right? That shit would never go down in the roaring 20s or like the fucking 70s or some shit like that, right? That shit would never go down. His girl be in the
things are different.
Why?
My girl's a medical professional.
Okay.
She works all day with patients. She's standing. She's walking around. You know, she gets home. She's tired. When I get out of work late, she goes out of her way to make sure dinner's ready by the time I get home. So the least I could do is make the dishes afterwards. To top it off, she makes sure there's no dishes when I first get home anyway. So whatever dishes that are end up in there are the ones that we just did. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of balances everything.
That's because you're decent. Yeah.
All right, so you bring up a great topic. So let me present to you an alternative, right? Let's say you had the best job in the world, that you make what she's making right now plus what you're making right now, right? If you had the opportunity, like, let's just say you make $200,000 or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to work your job right now, and for her to just stay home and to take care of the house, because that's how that shit was before World War II and the feminist movement and all this other dumb shit, because that's why it changed, right? Because the feminist movement, and then the girls have to go out and the women have to go out and get jobs and all this shit, so they can't stay at the house at the same time that guys can stay at that, you know, because everyone's working, so now everyone has to divide the household chores. So if we could go back to how it was in 1930 or 1940. Would you?
Truth is, if I wanted to do that right now, I could, but she wouldn't go for it. So
she wouldn't go for it.
She wouldn't go for it. Well, she went through all that schooling to what? Sit in my house in a freaking bathrobe all day, freaking having children and cooking and cleaning. Hell no.
What about you, L?
Nah, I wouldn't, honestly. I like this the equal parts thing. Like I like that, just like O said, he come home, she got the stuff already taken care of from the day before. I mean, earlier in the day. They work and they do things equally. I like that because I figure you got a wife or a woman, that's your equal partner. So let her be equal. Let her help clean out. Let her come in there and clean the garage. Let her, if she want to do half of the bills, who am I to tell her no? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. All she does is pay the bills here. I take care of everything else.
Yeah. So if you can come to an agreement with your woman of what works for you guys, like I think it's more power to you. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. Right. Because you got all those people. You go back to the 30s, like you said, you had all those unhappy women at home, unhappy marriages.
Yeah.
People killing their husbands. Chopping dicks off, Lorena Bobbitt. Blah 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 blah. Those
bitches is doing that now. These white people are killing. What are you talking about?
What?
And
these white people are killing people for life insurance policies. Like, what are you talking? Like, we're doing that now.
So it's just I think it's a product. I think that's a product of those generations. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think I like it the way it is now.
All right, I got you. I understand what you're talking about. Me personally, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much, right? I feel like I don't like housework. I don't like doing none of that shit, right? My room is messy as fuck. You feel me? So I feel like if I could make all the money and just be the only person working in the household and everything, I mean, like honestly speaking, I'd probably go back. Well, not with the skin color, right? But I wouldn't say that I'd go back to the 1920s with the skin color, right? Because that shit was bad for us. But if we go back to that type of shit where, in a marriage, the wife takes care of the kids and the wife takes care of the house and cooks and cleans and all that shit, and all I gotta do is just work my ass off and then come home and everything's taken care of, I'm alright.
I mean,
I don't see anything wrong with that.
If my shorty, if that's what she genuinely wants to do, if she's like happy with doing that, like, yeah, cool. Like, I'm not gonna tell her, yo, since I'm working, you need to stay at home. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Right? I think it kind of cheapens your partner. That weakens your partner.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna argue with you on that one. But so we're saying that girls and men are, at least for now, right? The verdict is males and females are equal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. We can come back to that in a later podcast and shit like that. Because I don't know. We'll talk about that though. But so when it comes to playing video games, right, with girls, what's your stance on that? Like, are you cool with it? Like, what's your favorite games to play? If anything, do you let her win? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Like, I had a shorty I used to date. She used to play fighting games together. And she wasn't the best, but she got the hang of it and she became pretty good competition. But like, yeah, I used to dog her for the most part. But it was fun. It was cool. If she like it,
I would whoop my shorty's ass in some Street Fighter. Like, don't pick up the sticks, bitch. If you're not trying to get put down, I would leave her ass stanking. She would cry. She don't want to fuck with me and them shits. But all right, Omar, what's good with you?
I had, let me see, I think it was, what games did I play? House of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's dope.
Next, Garage Band with the next. She used to do the drums. I used to do the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute. That's real cute.
Oh, cute ass nigga over here, right? No homo.
Nintendo. There was Nintendo Wii. There was the
like Wii Sports and shit.
Games. Yeah, those shits. Them the little games. Those are fun. The one that the Wii came with. Those were fun.
Yeah, because I feel like if they make us watch Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives or whatever doctor show on prime time, like I feel like you should be able to play video games with us too. You know what I'm saying?
But in my more wild days, when we used to bring the strippers home after the strip club, And
Yo,
we'll
this
be all
nigga.
wilding. Everybody else will be wilding while we playing Battlefield.
Right, you talk about the strippers from
Xbox.
Chippendales, right?
Nah. This place called Breathless. This place called Breathless over here, and then so they used to come. I used to have them read my radar for me.
You ain't fuck with Chippendales?
Nah,
They had to
bro, the
read it.
girls from fucking Breathless. Jesus, man, control your ADD. Stop thinking about men.
All right, yeah, you got it. My bad. I ain't take my medicine today. But yeah, like me personally, I usually like to fuck with games that like a little bit more chance filled, right? Like Mario Party. I'd play Mario Party with a girl or Mario Kart or something. Anything with Mario. Bitches love Mario, right? Oh, excuse me, females. Females love Mario. So play anything with Mario in it. I'm not playing no fighting games or anything because it's gonna be a problem when I whoop the ass and they're gonna want to go home. They're not gonna give me no butt. I'm not with that shit. Like I want butt. Like the only reason why you're playing the video game so like the butt is easier to get. To be honest with you. So like yeah. So that's how that is.
Dang, man, it's called finesse, bro. You ain't got no finesse.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have no for that. Like that's why you're here. Like you gotta teach.
Well, right. You gotta go by the rule of thumb.
What's the rule of thumb?
When in doubt, whip it out.
That's a fact. Not in this Me Too era, bro. Like you finna have me catch a case.
Hey, listen. What's the cap? But she says no one leaves.
Nah, she's gonna say no leaves and then writes about you on Twitter, and you're gonna have some court documents coming to your house.
Show me no.
As long as you don't put it on her forehead, as long as you don't slap it on her forehead or put it in her hand, you good, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we're just chilling in the living room and I'm like, and I'm thinking it's not going anywhere. I'm wondering, wow, there it is. Hey, what's up? What are we gonna do about this?
What you gonna do about this? They're calling the cops on you.
No, you don't answer. No, because I'm not keeping you there. You can just get up and go.
You heard what happened to Aziz Ansari. Like, I don't know if you heard what happened to him, but he went through like the same shit where it's
Who's that?
Like you know who Aziz, right?
Aziz? Oh yeah, remember that shit was played out. Come on, man, that bitch was dumb.
Yeah, she was dumb, but they got she tried to get him during that Harvey Weinstein shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, can you believe that shit? The goal of this bitch.
Like to be honest, yeah, for real. Like to be honest with you, Aziz didn't do anything other niggas didn't do. Like he did the same exact thing every one of us did, except he got called out for it because he's Aziz Ansari and he's some weird little idiot.
Yeah, like, why would you say sorry? Like that's another thing. People start apologizing for shit they didn't do. I don't get that.
Because everyone's scared. Everyone's pussy. Like dating in this area is trash. Dating in this like era is trash. Like if you don't have a girl, it's over for you. So it's over for you, L.
Hey, no, it's not.
It's a wrap.
No, it's not.
You're never finding a wife. Never. So my next question, right? So this goes on. This kind of like goes on to the same ilk of what I'm talking about, right?
Hey, wait a second. Why is it over for me though? Like, wait a second. There's some good women out there. On, bro.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on. This fucking guy. It's not over for you. I'm sure that there's still like Tinder and like Black Planet, Gente, all that stuff.
Yo, I used to use Tinder for just to like berate bitches, so on a beat day at work. Like,
so you just match up with them, right? And then you make them feel terrible for being on Tinder. No.
I would just say something like I would open the conversation with like smash or pass. And then they were like, oh, you scumbag, you probably have an STD.
I mean, she's not wrong. So
and then I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I got it from eating your mom's box. Yeah, we'll just take it from there.
Nice. I'll show you.
Oh man, so how long did that relationship last?
Yo, you know what? We were like we became friends, like pen pals and shit, text pals.
Became text pals with the bitch that you ate in her mom's box. That's dope.
Yeah. She said my mother's dead, so I'm like, lucky her. She didn't get to see the piece of shit you grew up to be. Something about that made her want to be my friend.
Imagine her telling that story to anybody else.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, yo, this guy's a piece of shit. Apparently.
Yo, we became cool. We became cool for a while.
All right, so my next thing is, right? I'm not gonna tell the story right now, but I went on Facebook and told everyone like the story, right? You guys probably know about it. What do you think about friends and family keeping in touch with your ex or vice versa?
You gotta give context. Like, how much is contact? Like, what is contact? Like, at all?
Contact.
She coming over Thanksgiving?
I don't know about coming over for Thanksgiving, but all right, I'm gonna tell you what's up. Right, I have an ex, of course. Right, I got a lot of exes, but
Yes, you do. Yes, you
yes, I
do.
do. Yes, I do. Right. So she came down with me. Right. We'll call her L. Right. Not this guy. Not this guy L, but a different L. Right. So she came down with me to my brother's mother's funeral. Right. To Virginia, and she got cool with my brother and my sister. So when my brother and my sister came up for Mother's Day, probably like a couple of months after, she came over there just to check on me and make sure I wasn't flirting with bitches. Because I know exactly why the fuck she came over there at 11 o'clock p.m. Like, I met up with my brother and my sister at like 8, and she came at 11. She's making sure that I'm not trying to fuck a bitch. But anyways, so she came over there to Tuckahoe, right? Because that's where it is. I don't know if anyone else knows. But, and we were chilling. Eventually, we broke up, of course, because that's how relationships goes nowadays. No one's married. We just break up and shit, right? And then they came back to visit. Little did I know that she, right, my ex, took her friend that I didn't like to go meet up with my brother and my sister. Number one, we didn't end on good terms, right? We didn't end, like, I don't fuck with her. You feel me? So to me, I'm like, there's no reason why you still have contact. So I didn't even press her about it. I pressed my brother and my sister about it. Like, yo, why y'all still, like, number one, I didn't find out that they saw each other until months later, right? That's number one. Number two, there should be no reason why y'all are seeing each other. Like, I don't fuck with her. You feel me?
Did they know y'all broke up on bad terms?
I don't know if they knew that we broke up on bad terms at the time, but I do know that I told my brother that we broke up and I don't fuck with her. So, so I'm like, oh, so he's telling me there's two sides to every story. No, there is no two sides to every story. If you're my brother, my side's the only fucking side that matters. You feel me? If you're my friend, my side's the only side that matters. If you're my family, my side's the only side that matters. You don't gotta hear from her about why she did what she did and why, but like, no, I don't understand that shit. So I'm like, nah, I'm not cool with nobody. I don't care how y'all met. If y'all met through me and y'all only speak once or twice a week or whatever, or a month, y'all shouldn't be speaking. You feel me? That's how I feel about the shit. But y'all might feel something different.
I mean, the only reason they should be speaking is if he's trying to smash. That's about it. And
Yeah,
then I wouldn't
I mean,
be mad.
I don't want my brother smashing my ex. Like,
I mean, not that I want it, but that should be the only reason he's talking to her. They shouldn't be buddies.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no reason why y'all should be cool, why y'all should be cordial, why y'all should be friends. Nah, especially if I told y'all that I don't fuck with her, that means y'all shouldn't fuck with her. And it's like my sister went on Facebook Live and just started doing some wild shit. Like, it's just really like she started telling the story for all her friends. Like, that shit is like really bozo shit to me. But yeah, that's what happened. So, hold on, LA is him. Yeah, yeah, I got a good connection, bruh.
Maybe I need to.
Like, my shit is super wired.
I got good Wi-Fi too.
Yeah, for real, bruh.
Wait, are y'all on the laptop? Like, what are y'all doing?
I'm on my
You on
PC.
the laptop? I'm on my phone.
I'm on my phone, and it's sitting right next to the connection.
To the
And
router.
Yeah, to the router.
I got my Turtle Beach PX1s on.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the Turtle Beaches, son.
see.
But nah, I got you. We good right now. It's working right now. So
All right, Gucci.
yeah, we good.
I blessed you. No homo. But all right, go ahead. What's your take on it?
I mean, for real, like I'm with you on the whole like once we done, y'all done too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
for real.
I don't. I mean, I don't mind if they like check in every now and then, or if she pop up every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like she just out the blue. Oh, I'm just wondering how such and such is going. Blah blah blah. And then that's that. But like even that, I'm still a little sketchy about. But in the same breath, it's like I can't control my family. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother,
Yeah.
I had a situation with my mom a while back, and I wouldn't even call it a situation. She was still real cool with one of my exes, and she was like, "Yo, well, you know, this was Thanksgiving," and she was like, "Yo, this is my house. I'll have over where I want at my house."
Oh no.
And I was kind of like, "Okay, keep that same energy." Like, okay.
Oh, that is so trash.
So, mom, keep that same energy.
Like
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
Keep the same energy. Ma, keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy, ma. Right? That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta punch your ex in the face for that shit. You
And then
definitely
I
gotta
told
punch
her,
your ex in the face for that.
I told her after the fact, right? And I told her after the fact, I said, "Yo, this is what she did. This is what why we are the way we are." Because she thought I was just, I just
She
ended the
thought you was
joint.
tripping.
Yeah, she thought I just ended it, and
Yeah.
so she was just like, "Oh, okay." And now I don't hear nothing from it. I don't hear nothing from it. She don't never ask about it no more. She don't nothing. And so
Yeah,
I'm
till
like,
next Thanksgiving.
Until next
Just watch.
Thanksgiving.
nah,
She's gonna be cutting the turkey.
don't
Watch.
put that on me.
What?
Don't put that on me. Please don't put that on me.
Don't give me that bad juju.
Yeah,
It's
don't
gonna
give
be
me that
yeah,
because
for
I'm gonna
real.
pull up my wife, and then my wife and Shorty gonna get the wrecking. Like, but yeah, that's what I said. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm with you on it, but at the same time, like, I just like, who am I? Like,
I mean, like to me, I feel like the people around you should respect your feelings. Like that's number one. That's number one, right? It's the
mhm.
loyalty and respecting your feelings. So if I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling this. I'm not
Yeah,
feeling
you
how
you you
y'all.
you you expected too much from people.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
probably do expect too much from people. I
yeah,
probably
that's
do.
what it is. We expect too much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna expect nothing from nobody in 2019.
I don't. I
So fuck all
absolutely
that dumb shit.
don't.
Mhm.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
For
you're
real.
gonna be so much happier.
As I tell you, when my
It's kind
mom pulled that on me with the
mhm.
"I have anybody over my house," like that's when I knew, like, yo, not to expect too much from people. Like my own mother,
Yeah,
yo.
well, I do. She letting you know, bro. I
Yeah,
brought
for
you into
real.
this world. I'll take you out. I do what I want.
And then I'll
That's a
bring whoever I
fact.
want over here. Too.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yup.
How your mom tell you I do what I want? I'm grown.
She's gonna she's gonna take you out of this world and take your ex out for dinner, like while you're dead.
She's gonna go to the wake.
That's a
It's
fact. Yo,
crazy.
that's trash.
All
That's
right, so what we got? We got about 45 minutes worth of track here.
yeah. We got a good amount, but we still ain't done, bro. We still ain't done. If y'all want to take a
Damn,
break, you can take a break.
shit, man. Shit, I was about to go take a shower and get ready for bed.
About to go take a shower. We still got some shit on the docket.
What's
You got
left?
you got a few more short topics. I
Yeah, it's
see.
short topics. 15 minutes,
All right,
10
next
minutes, five
topic.
minutes, 5 minutes. All right, bet. Next topic. So Super Smash Brothers 64, right? That's a very
All right.
important game. The new Super Smash Brothers just came out December 7th. I play that shit all the time. How do you guys feel about Super Mario? What the fuck I'm saying? Super Smash Bros. 64. This is the main segment, though. By the way, what's this shit called again? Pass the sticks.
Pass the stick.
Pause.
Yeah, pass the
That's right.
sticks. No copyright.
No, definitely no copyright. Trust me. Like, yo, this shit is kind of like raw right now, but trust me, in a couple weeks, y'all, like audience, I was talking to y'all a couple weeks, yo, this shit's going, the production value is going to go through the roof. Like, this is all three of ours first podcast, so we a little rough around the edges, but
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be crazy. But anyways, so Super Smash Brothers 60. That's a hard word to say. Super Smash Brothers 64. There you go. All right, tell
Super
me
Smash
about it. What's
Bros.
going on?
64.
Shut up. Fuck you. So tell me about this game. Act like I never played it before.
I honestly never played it before.
You a goddamn lie.
I shit you not. My
You never
listen,
played Super
I'm
Smash Brothers 64?
all right. Well, let me do the first segment of this so I can get my life out the way.
Yeah.
My parents were cheap,
All right. So you had no consoles.
So we had a roof over our head. I got a ColecoVision when Super Nintendo came out.
Oh,
No, you didn't. Get the fuck out of here.
I shit you
hey,
not.
were you still in Guatemala, bro?
Nah, bro. I was born here. You fucking intolerant asshole.
Yo, that shit is trash, son. Yo, you got a ColecoVision. What the fuck?
I
I've
got
never even seen one of
ColecoVision with a
those
Super
shits.
Nintendo. I'm telling you, my parents were cheap. My first regular Nintendo,
Uh-huh.
was a $10 giveaway from some neighbor was just randomly selling. I don't know if he was on drugs or something.
They
That's
got
lit.
you. They got you a ColecoVision with no controllers and no TV.
No,
Like
we had the control on the TVs. We just had a ColecoVision. I tell
that
you
shit
what
is
though,
crazy.
man, that shit kept us occupied, man.
Yeah,
Me
get
and
you
all
out the
my
streets and
boys.
shit.
Nah, we were still on the streets. It was the early '90s, bro.
All right, I got. Damn, you got ColecoVision in the early '90s. Oh, R.I.P. That shit
Yeah,
is crazy.
I told you my parents was cheap, man.
That's a fact. So we can't even I can't even tell you about this
Mm-mm.
video game, this Super Smash Brothers 64. That it was like the
Yeah,
best
man.
ever when it came out.
I touched the Super Smash Brother on the Nintendo GameCube once, and I
Uh huh.
touched the new one recently on my girl's cousin's Switch.
How you feel about it? How'd you like it?
It was alright. If I get into it, I don't really care for fighting games anymore.
Damn. All right. So we're gonna have you pick the pick the new game next time. Next
Okay.
episode, you pick the game. All right.
Okay.
So so LA. I guess you tell me how you felt about Super Smash, like your nostalgia, your experience, and everything
Man, like to be honest with you, Link is my favorite video game character of all time. Like
of
on
all
any
time.
system, all time, any system, anything. Link is that guy to me. And so like for them to have a fighting game with Link in it, I was like, oh
That shit was
yeah, like
crazy.
that's crazy. Let's do it. And then when I picked the joint up, it had the percentages on it, the knockoff percentage. And I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this? Like, what is this? Like, this is not no fighting game. And so, sure enough, whatever we got the hang of it, start
Mhm.
unlocking characters, having little parties, little sleepovers. Then I
Mhm.
discovered what the bat actually did, like
Oh
with the
my
bat.
god, the fucking bat.
Man,
Oh my god.
son, I've probably never cried more tears of joy than that
Yo,
moment in my life. That was so satisfying when you got that nigga with that bat, yo. It was, oh, yo.
and it make
But
that sound. It goes, "Durr." Yup. Oh my god, it still does that shit.
yeah, like, but yeah, nah. I mean, it was the one that started it all. It was fun. It was a good party game. I think that was really cool with 64 because it had four slots, four
Hmm.
controllers. It was just really based on the party. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was real cool. I thought that was real cool.
That's
And
a
see,
fact.
here we are now. What 11 years now? 12 years? No, it's been way more. That's what
Nah, it's like 20. This year's 20th year.
yeah, about 20 years now. Like, yo.
That shit is crazy. I remember the first time I ever played that game too. My friend Brandon brought it over to my house, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm playing this shit. I'm like, yo, what happens when you knock someone off the stage? Because we were playing on a little stage. I think it was Hyrule Castle. And I'm like, what happens if you knock the person off the stage? And he was like, he looked at me with this glimmer in his eye. He's like, Tony, that's the point of the game. And I'm like, oh, word. And he was like,
Yeah.
yes. And I'm like, yo, and from there, that's what spawned my love for the game, right? So I started playing that game all the time, but I never played serious competitively until Melee, which we'll talk about some other time, maybe, in another episode. But this one's about Smash Brothers. So,
Were you one of those guys? Were you one of those guys with the GameCube on the subway?
no, I wasn't one of those
Going
guys. I know
okay.
who you're talking about. I got the GameCube with the Subway, the little CRT TV, and they were playing the Smash Brothers on the shit, right?
Niggas had GameCube on the
Or
subway.
they were on the way to somebody's like
Yeah.
basement, and then
Yup.
GameCube party to rock out.
Nah, I wasn't one of those guys. I wasn't one of those guys. But in college, there used to be a radio station, right? In college. So basically, outside of the radio station was like the little loungy area, and they had TV where we used to play video games all the time. That's what spawned my competitive gaming career, right? So, if any of you audience listeners don't know, I'm a competitive gamer, right? Professional, have won, several locals and shit like that. But all that shit spawned in college from that little CRT TV. I used to play um, Melee all the time there. Not 64 because I didn't know about the competitive scene for that game, and that shit wasn't as that shit wasn't as integrated and deep as Melee. But yeah, I used to be one of those guys to go over to people's houses, but not on the subway. And like they call it smash all night, right? No homo. That shit sounds crazy. But yeah, that's how it's like the Melee community kind of has this stigma where we never take showers and we smell all the time. That's not true. But that's where it spawned because niggas was usually like 20, 30 deep at their man's crib in a basement or a living room, not taking a shower. They used to train for tournaments all day, all weekend. And that's just how we used to live in the early 2000s with the shit. There was no online. So y'all already know what's going on with that. But back to Smash 64, that game changed my life, right? And it changed my life in a good way because I never thought that a 2D party fighting game would ever happen, especially Pikachu versus Mario versus Donkey Kong versus Samus, and like no one ever thought that shit was gonna happen, right? So when that shit dropped in '99, that was the biggest fucking thing I remember because that shit, like, it shook. It damn near changed. It changed the world almost. Because then 10 years later, PlayStation tried to do that shit, failed. I think they had some shit called Power Stone for Dreamcast,
Yo,
which
that
is
joint was
damn near like that.
fire.
Yeah, Power Stone was fire. We'll talk about that shit one day too. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be like I thought Power Stone was gonna be like Smash Brothers. It wasn't. Of course not. And
Mm-hmm.
then they had this other shit called Erguys. Like y'all remember Erguys?
The joint with Square.
Yeah, joint from SquareSoft that had the Final Fantasy VII characters, the fighting game.
Yeah.
I was
That shit
busy
was
with
dope.
pussy.
Oh, you was
Sorry.
busy. You was busy during that shit. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, that game was crazy. So now moving along, because people got shit to do. It's almost 11 o'clock, right? Moving along
Niggas on the
swiftly.
come down. Niggas on the come
Yeah,
down.
yeah, niggas on the come down. You already know.
Smoking that Reggie.
So I wanted to talk about how Nintendo is doing its own thing. They don't seem to be interested in the console wars between Microsoft and Sony. They don't want to get in between that shit. They're not competing, right? What they're doing is they're making consoles that that are less powerful but are more innovative, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
started that shit. They started that shit right after they couldn't compete with the GameCube, right? Because I remember GameCube was going up against PS2. That's when they ducked out, right? GameCube was going up against Xbox and PlayStation 2, right?
Right.
And GameCube bombed, right? The GameCube was a big fucking flop.
Well, no, that's I don't agree. I go ahead, but finish. Just
You don't agree?
I don't agree, but go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, no. Why don't you agree? I want to talk. Like that's good. That's a good conversation. What you mean?
I don't agree because Nintendo fan base is geared towards kids, and
Mhm.
GameCube was heavily promoted towards kids. And if you were a kid around the time GameCube came out, you had a GameCube.
Yeah,
I
everybody.
had a GameCube. Yeah, I definitely had a GameCube. I got that
Like,
shit.
how old were you? How old were you when GameCube came out?
Oh shit! GameCube came out in what, like, oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? When did GameCube come out? Oh 03, oh 02? Nah, I must have been. Nah, I must have been before that. Let me see when GameCube came out. Cause I remember I saved. I must have saved my allowance for 5 months to buy GameCube on the first day it came out. I think it was like November 16th or some shit.
November 18th, 2001.
November
2001. There you
18th.
go. Yeah, I
How old were
remember
you in
that shit.
2001?
In 2001, I was 12.
You were 12.
Yup, I was 12 in 2001, and I remember that shit because two months earlier, of course, 9/11 happened, and everyone in New York was still like shaking up about that shit. And I remember my mom didn't want to let me go go get the system. The first day, I'm like, yo, mom, I literally saved all my money for 5 months. Like, I'm getting this
You was
system.
ready to sign up to be a Marine and go after the terrorists because you couldn't get your GameCube that day.
Yo, that's a fact, bro. Like, it was not even a game. Not even a game. I had to get that shit. So that's I forgot how much it was, but it was mad money. I must have saved up like $400, $500 because I got like Luigi's Mansion with it.
I think it was like $2 or $3.99. Yeah.
What, Luigi's Mansion?
The GameCube as itself, I thought it was like a $2.99.
Oh, it was $3.99. All right, so I must have saved up like $500 or something like that because I bought an extra controller. I got Luigi's Mansion. And I got another game. I forgot, but yeah. So on to that point that you were making, I don't think it was a financial success though. Everyone had it though that I knew. Well, not everyone. I was the only person that I knew that had it, but a lot of people bought it.
It just wasn't keeping up with PlayStation. Nothing was keeping up with PlayStation. Everything that was the only thing that kept Xbox afloat was Halo.
Halo. Yeah.
They had a better controller for Halo for shooters.
Yeah.
That big fat fucking controller.
Yeah, that's what kept Xbox alive at the time. Nothing was fucking with PlayStation at that moment. In the console wars. As far as what Nintendo is doing, they're doing what they always do. They gear towards the kids. Kids are always attached to their handhelds, to their little tablets. So what they did, they turned the tablet into a console.
That's basically what they're doing with the Switch.
They've always dealt with portable devices.
That's a fact. But my point. But what I'm saying is, I feel like at least the GameCube was trying to compete on a hardware level, right? It was trying to at least, it had
on the hardware level. No, the hardware.
The GameCube was definitely competing with the hardware level.
Nah, not at all. To PlayStation 2, are you out of your mind?
How
PlayStation 2
had better graphics?
PlayStation 2 played Blu-rays.
No, it didn't. Blu-rays wasn't even a thing back in the day.
Played DVDs.
Yeah, you're right with that.
3.
Yeah,
but the PlayStation 2 played DVD, so now you had both. You had your gaming system, and you had the freaking your Netflix and chill system.
Right,
that's why PlayStation 2 was doing it because, like you said, it doubled as a DVD player, and that was like the first like dual DVD player that was inexpensive or relatively inexpensive.
That was the most innovative thing at the time.
Yeah.
But they were still trying to compete. That's what I'm saying though. Like the graphics were better though. On GameCube, the graphics was way better than PS2. I'm not sure about the Xbox. The graphics, play Madden on GameCube and then play Madden on PS2.
I wouldn't say that they were better. I think they had a different shading. To be honest,
graphics were way better. It was smoother graphics. It was less jaggies. I remember this shit like it was yesterday because I had a PS2 and a GameCube.
But here's the thing, I got my PS2 as an adult because when you were 11, I was 20 going on 21.
See, I was 15.
Fuck you weren't.
Yeah, I was 15. 38 years old, man.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I had no idea. I thought you was younger than me. I thought you was a shit.
Bro.
You the youngest in the room, bro.
Yeah, you right. Young ass nigga, little ass motherfucker.
So
go get me some Sprite, nigga.
So, I came from like years, and I already came from like a few years of different systems. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my first system was a PS1 that I bought I got out with my own money. I had my mom go to Funko Land with me.
Yo,
Funko Land, that's my shit.
We went to Fun. I was like, Mom, man, I just got my first job at Burger King, right? And I'm like, Mom, let's go to this place, and you buy me this with your credit card. And I'll pay you with when I get paid. And we went.
Did you ever pay her back? Your dirty ass ain't paid her back. Lying ass nigga.
I paid her. It took me let me see. It took me about a month and change to pay her back.
All right. So to this point, yeah, you're right. So to this point, we could see though, like GameCube from the GameCube to the Wii, you could at least admit the Wii wasn't trying to compete at all. The Wii wanted no parts of the console war between Xbox 360 and PS3. Can we at least
the Wii was for kids again?
Yeah, but not necessarily. It was, but I feel like that's when they started that gimmick shit. Because GameCube wasn't a gimmick. GameCube was like a real system, right?
Yeah.
But the Wii, that
But the
shit.
Wii was fun. Listen,
Yeah, the
I'm
Wii
putting
was
that
fun.
to you. The Wii was
But
fun.
you got to remember the Wii came out the gate swinging like it was hot like early.
Like literally came out the
Like
gate
you couldn't
swinging
get
because
one.
that's how you had to
Yeah.
control the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't control it. You can't control it. The only way to control it is to swing the fucking thing. Like that was the gimmick with the Wii. They were like, we don't want no parts of this console war. We're not going to beat 360. We're not going to beat PS3. You feel me? We're gonna create our own shit with a remote. What was it called? Motion controls, right? That's what they were doing. No one else was doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember that shit?
honestly, like the graphics on their top games, I guess you could say they were pretty dope though. I wouldn't say they were comparable, but they looked real good. So I can't say they weren't competing in that sense, but
Well,
I
what was
think
their top game at the time?
there are top games like Zelda, Mario, those games.
What I did with mine, I fitted mine out to be more like a retro game.
I feel like what they were doing was their style was trying to compensate for the lack of hardware. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like the Nintendo, like what's it called? Mario Galaxy, right? That
Yeah,
shit
that was fun.
looked, yeah, Mario Galaxy was fun, but it didn't look like no Oblivion. What was the Oblivion game that was on the shit? I think
Skyrim,
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
No,
Oh,
Oblivion. Yeah, Oblivion. It wasn't compete with no Oblivion or no Fallout 3 and shit like that. You feel me? So just like I feel like what they did was we're not fucking with these guys over here, so we're just gonna create gimmicks. Like every console since GameCube had a gimmick, right? Wii U, Switch, all gimmicks. They're not trying to compete in this console war.
but I don't think they're gimmicks, so to speak, because I mean, you think about Nintendo, look at their A1 characters. They're all cartoon like characters, you know. Can you imagine having a realistic Mario, a realistic Link, maybe a realistic Samus, maybe, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you know, these, like I said, these games are more geared towards kids and fun and the actual functionability of the game. You know what I'm saying? So if they work and if they're fun, I think that's what they care about. Like, it's not like Nintendo can't compete. You know, it's not like they don't have the resources to compete with PlayStation and Xbox. I think they just care more about the gaming as a whole, because there are some really beautiful games on Xbox and PS4 that are trash, but they look gorgeous.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And
So,
like, go ahead.
yeah, so I don't know if I would say they're a gimmick, because I feel like gimmicks are like, yo, you use a gimmick to sell something. But it's like those games are decent games on their own, even without the gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right. So what I mean by gimmick though, like just like what you said, right? They're using that to sell something. I feel like, honestly speaking, I feel like the only reason why Nintendo Switch sold so well is because of the gimmick where you could take the shit with you, and if you want to play it, you could dock it and you can play it on your TV. You feel me?
That's not a gimmick though. That's
How's that not a gimmick? How's that not a gimmick? That's a gimmick.
It's not a gimmick because that's just a portable game console, and that's what they've always done.
So this isn't even a real console. This is a portable game console.
It's a portable. Nintendo has been doing for what Nintendo has always done well is portable gaming. That's one thing they've always let in. It has been portable gaming, and you know that still goes for now. That's their market. That's their thing. If you want to call it a gimmick, you can. I don't consider it a gimmick.
Yeah, I think it's a feature. I want to say it's a feature.
All right.
I you know, like gimmicks. Like I said, I feel like gimmicks don't make sense.
All right. So you're telling me Wii U wasn't a gimmick?
I think
what was the Wii U again?
That was the one with the tablet.
Yeah, it's the tablet, and then they have the game. Yeah, it's like the Switch. it's like the Switch, right? But you also have like a second, like your TV is like your TV. So you have a Switch in your hand, and then you have the TV, and then you're like interacting with the TV with the Switch in your hand. It's like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It was like the Switch prototype.
It's like pouring water on your head while you're in a pool.
Exactly, pouring water on your head while you're in a pool. That's exactly what the Wii U, which is, it failed. Wii U failed statistically, though. I just want to point that shit out. But I think because everyone was sick of that gimmick.
Yeah, that was a gimmick.
Yeah, you see.
Well, I don't. Maybe. Let's take that back, because that controller was extremely expensive to replace. And the thing was, you can only use, I think they said, you can only use, 2 or 1 at a time?
What, the Wii U shit? Yeah.
So it's like you can only use one of the tablets on the system, and everybody else had to use controllers. Now, if everybody could use the tablet, then it probably would have sold a little bit more. But I think that everybody was like, yo, well, why this nigga get the tablet? Because I remember when I had the Wii, we used to play Smash Brothers on that, and my niggas was like, yo, I want the tablet. And I was like, nah, man, you controllers, like, because the tablet gave more information. It was cooler. It was a better feel, but like that was kind of gay for them to only let you use one at a time.
That's a fact. Plus, like with the Wii U, though, like the interesting thing about the Wii U is they released games on the Wii U that were basically specific for the Wii U. You can't play that particular experience on any other console. That's what I feel like Nintendo sells, is experiences, right? Because they had the Dark Knight game, right? I forgot what it was called, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, right? On the Wii U, and you're playing a game on the TV screen, but in your hand was like your gadget belt, so you could choose all your gadgets and shit on the tablet part of the Wii U, which was cool, right? But like it just didn't sell. Like no one was fucking with it. Like you said, like everyone wanted a tablet, but that's cool because we just covered two topics in this one topic. So our last topic, because people gotta go to sleep and people gotta take showers and shit like that, and people gotta come down, right? So this is an interesting topic that
Hey, but wait, first, let me address this first though. Who chases a beard? Who chases a blunt with a beard though? Like who does that?
Me, motherfucker.
What beer was it though?
What question is that?
What beer was
it? This is I like cheaper that tastes like
Corona.
Beer. Nah, cheaper.
Blue Ribbon.
Not the Natty Light.
Ribbon.
Okay, I know it. I can tell you a heck, yo. You a redneck, fam. Get the fuck out of here, son.
PBRs, man.
this fucking guy.
Listen, man. I'm not a fucking beer queer. Like I don't sit here like oh, I like IPAs that taste like fresh mango.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Cascade fucking soap. Get out of here. I like beer that tastes like beer.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
I'm a beer queer. I'm gonna just tell you that shit. I like IPAs. IPAs are amazing. IPAs that taste like mango, that shit would be so disgusting. Get the fuck out of here, number one. So fuck your analogy. That's number one. And number two, you need to have a good beer. You know why you're not a beer queer? Because you never had a good beer before. You fuck around with PBR and all this other dumb shit. If you had
I prefer lagers and pilsners and stuff like that. That's just what I like.
Nah, son, you need a pale ale, fam. That's what you need. You need a pale ale. I fuck with lagers. Lagers is good. I don't know about pilsners. I like that shit. What is PBR? Pilsner?
No, pilsner is. I think a PBR is
That's also a lager.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't even know what it is. PBR Nations.
Like I don't fuck with the cider shit. Like I don't fuck with that shit anymore. But we can talk about that another time.
I drink that at fucking Jameson's.
At Jameson's? That's hard liquor.
That's what I drink, man. I got fucking.
On a Thursday?
I'm a fucking man, bro. I'm a fucking man.
Yeah, you got hair in your chest. My bad.
Yeah, man. One of our boys called me a Viking.
You're alcoholic. We're gonna send you off to a home. That's what we're gonna do. You gotta come back in like 2 months.
Yeah, you guys just made me remember that I had some Jamesons over there.
Yeah, I bet. All right. Well, all right, we got 10 more. We got like 10 more minutes. So what we're gonna discuss now?
Let me drink this. Let me drink this. See if you guys can
You
get
drink
some
this?
commentary out of me.
I bet. Well, I'm pretty sure you already know what's on the docket. So let me just present it.
No. Listen, I'm like that very ill prepared person that wings everything. Go ahead.
All right, there you go. So the frustration with EA being greedy with the NFL licensing, so 2K can't flourish, right?
You want to know
How does
something?
everyone feel about that shit?
What the fuck does that matter in 2019?
We can have good video games in 2019.
We have good video games in 2019.
We can have
I'm
an
waiting for the
actual good
next step.
football.
I want to know about the next evolution in gaming. When are we gonna have some Inception style shit, or even better? How about the fucking? No, that's not even better. That's kind of gay actually. But or some fucking shit like the Matrix, where they put that big metal dildo in the back of your head and you just fucking go into something.
So let's talk about EA and because this nigga's wilding. So
no, I'm dead serious. I'm like because. No, all right, listen. Because there's no. What's the point? What's really the point of having the conversation of Madden being EA being greedy and NFL 2K having to eat shit when that shit happened a long time ago and nobody really cares about it?
Because that's just still happening right now. Niggas still play NFL 2K. What was it? 6.
Where?
2K5. They got NFL 2K tournaments. People are still updating the roster.
You could update that roster and that shit still.
Yeah,
that's just people. That's just people holding on to lost hopes.
That's dedication
right there. Exactly.
That's but that's not like dumb dedication. Like come on, you could take that shit and direct it somewhere else.
Yeah, some dudes I seen that online still swear by the gameplay of 2K5 is better than the current Madden that just released.
It is.
I don't know.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
When's the last time y'all played NFL 2K5?
Oh man, it's been
2005.
Yeah, exactly. 2005.
Right. I was working at Target.
2005.
I was working at Target in 2005.
You was working at Target? Nigga, I was working at Target back in 2005. Nigga, you stealing my life?
2005, I had just opened my second bail bonds office.
Get the fuck out of here.
This guy's a grown up.
Because you an old nigga.
Grown up.
Yeah, I was 20. I was 24 going on 25.
God damn. So you was go ahead.
I just graduated. That was my first job. I was 16, 17.
Oh, I started working. I was like 18. I'm lazy. Fuck that. Fuck y'all niggas.
I started working out when I was 15. I was already working when I was in the 8th grade. I was already working doing the after school program, or the school program where I would go to the elementary schools and serve the kids lunch, and they would pay me like $5.25 an hour for that.
Oh, see, they didn't let us do that shit here. They wouldn't let you work that young here.
You Mexican, so I thought you was gonna say you used to mow lawns.
Well, technically, I'm Dominican.
Technically, you're they're still going to deport your ass when Trump puts that wall up.
Nah, I was born here. Can't deport me.
Nah, fuck that shit. If you speak that guala shit, nigga, you out.
Hey man, listen, this guala shit'll get me a job over you, bro.
Nah, you're absolutely right. That shit's trash. I was
big fat.
That's fucked up, man. I was born here. You came here with a bunch of your cousins in a fucking back of a minivan, and I can't get a job.
I was born here.
You wasn't.
I have an American birth certificate. Don't trump me on my birth certificate, bro. Don't make me put that shit up on the Pause the Sticks website.
Yo, do that shit, please do. All right, so I think we covered everything. I mean, no one really cares about. I mean, y'all don't want to talk about EA NFL 2K license, so they can't flourish and shit like that, right?
Yeah, I don't really. I just thought it was do it up. So I just thought.
I'm sorry I shut down. I'm sorry I shut down the conversation. Just I don't see the point. I felt like it was being redundant.
No, you're right.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, we'll talk about it another time then, because fuck you.
Right.
No, but anyway, thank you very much for listening, all of our viewers and our sponsors, hopefully, and our listeners.
Thank you, Craig.
Bye. Thank you, Craig. Bye. Thank you, Craig, for recording this shit, and hopefully this will go up soon, and y'all can listen to this in your car or wherever the fuck, or on your lawnmower, right? Right? Oh.
Actually, I just got myself a brand new snowblower. So
Oh.
Ooh, this motherfucker. Now you can make double the money.
Wait, I'm not even gonna lie, Omar. Those joints are satisfying. I will admit that to you. Getting the snowblower, I will admit those are satisfying. I
Yo,
give you
dude, and I got a nice 2-stage one. That got a transit that like moves the wheels by itself and everything.
that. Yeah, I know. They'd be like those.
I've never been on that shit before.
Okay,
I got the official.
Do you ride that shit or like?
No. You don't ride it. It propels itself.
Oh, so you don't like riding it?
No,
nah,
you're not gonna.
You're not gonna do my man's like that. You're not gonna do my man's like that. There ain't no setup.
Yo, y'all motherfuckers. All right, you
I mean, LA knows me.
Yeah, don't do my man's like that.
Y'all motherfuckers, yo, I'm turning this shit off. Y'all niggas is crazy. Yo,
All right, man, good night. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
All right, yo,
God
bless.
See y'all next week, bro. See y'all next week.
All right.